What's good in the hoodie, y'all? It's me, Shine. Today I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I'm gonna be kind of talking on this topic. I'll be talking about the whole entire subject of like why TV shows don't really TV show no more. Like they aren't really hitting the way that they used to be. Like, and there could be so many other reasons that I didn't discuss in this video. Y'all could have y'all little twos in the comments, add on to basically what I'm gonna say, or say y'all twos. And also I want to say thanks for the support on my last video. I actually got a lot more views than what I thought it was gonna be, and there's so many people in the comments saying they too. If I reply back to you, I'll reply back to you. If I just liked your comment, I liked your comment. But yeah, people was like, little chitter chatter here and there. So I'm happy to see it. I love when y'all get to say y'all twos. We basically talking about that, and yeah, so without further ado, let's get straight to it. Okay, so as we all know, TV shows just don't TV show anymore, like at all, like how they used to do back in the day. Like they just do not hit anymore. You make the excuse that like, oh well, we were younger then, so we had a different view or whatever. Like you can make that excuse, but then to me, that just isn't the case. When I think back to like older TV shows, I'm always like, okay, they completely just flip the script. Like they just do so many different things that they did back then. It's one thing if they were doing the exact same things that they was doing back then, and then now we're just older, so we're like, oh, it sucks. But no, like they literally don't do the same things. I really just want to kind of open up this whole discussion, and I'm gonna start listing off, reasons on why I just think that TV shows just aren't as good as they used to. First, let's start off with this. Let's start off with the fact that there's always a new show coming out, and not like in a good way. It's the fact that Netflix releases like 4 to 5 new shows every month. 4 to 5 every month? But we can't get a season 2. Oh, we can't even get such and such, but you release a 4 to 5 new shows every month. That doesn't make any sense. Hulu, they don't release it like Netflix, but back in the day, when networks had their own group of shows, they had a total of maybe like 8 shows going on at once. At most, like they had about 8 shows going on at once, or reruns of old shows. They didn't have new shows coming out every 2 to 3 business days. They just didn't. Now I always feel overwhelmed because shoot, I need to watch Baby Reindeer. At the time of this recording, actually by the time that this is posted, I probably already tuned in. And if you want to hear my twos, follow me on my Twitter. I'm in the middle of still watching SWAT. I have so many movies to catch up on. I still haven't started Stranger Things. Man, I don't think I'm gonna ever start Stranger Things. I apologize, but I still need to do that. And we have we have Bridgerton coming next week. So at the time of this gets posted in a couple of days, we got Bridgerton. You feel me? Like it's just stuff left and right? Nowadays, since we do have so many streaming platforms, each streaming platform have their own group of shows that's coming out. Like why? Like first of all, we have Paramount, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix. What else? HBO, Amazon. We have Pluto, Tubi, Sky, and Roku, On Watch. Like we have a whole bunch of streaming platforms, but we do Peacock, Apple TV, and then they all just releasing their own thing, and it's just absolutely ridiculous, and it's overwhelming. Like how could, like back in the day, yes, granted we was kids, so all we had was Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network, maybe ABC Family. That's about it. But that was manageable. Now we have all these streaming platforms, new show coming off left and right in there. We can't keep track. We can't. Not only that, but it be like limited series. It don't even be shows, like I said, that get second seasons and all of that. Like it literally will be a whole bunch of limited series, and it's just like that. I'm gonna get into that later. But the next issue, right? and this goes back to the whole seasons thing. Why are we getting only 8 to 10 episodes? This is why TV doesn't TV no more. We only get 8 to 10 episodes. We wait 3 years for a new season or something, and we only get 8 to 10 episodes. What we waited 3 years for, when back in the day we used to get 22 to 25 episodes a pop. Nowadays, since we only get the 8 to 10 episodes, they rush that storyline. They have to rush through a storyline, and it's like, even when we was getting those 22 to 25 episodes, it was like, if they aired that in January, we are going to, in the first season, and it was the 22 episodes, they aired that in January. We're getting season 2 by August, November. During that time, August, September, October, November, during that time, we get in the next season before the year up. Like, we're not waiting a whole lot of time. They drop 8 to 10 episodes on you like that. You're gonna hear chitter chatter for about a week and a half, 2. After that, it's no noise. Well, even with a show like Euphoria that came out every week, you heard people talking about Euphoria for 2 months. People wouldn't be quiet. Like, it was really bringing community together for a long period. Like, you seen community. Nowadays, it's just like, oh, did you watch Baby Reindeer? 1 week. Like, everybody stopped talking about Baby Reindeer all of a sudden. And I stopped yet to tune in. Mind you, it's just week 2. It's just week 2. And it's one of the most, I think one of the most, or on track to be one of the most watched Netflix shows. No chitter chatter. It goes back to my previous point of like, and with all these shows dropping 8 to 10 episodes like that all at once that you sit and binge, you have people not having to move on to the next show because there's already a next one coming out. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to watch and start and finish Baby Reindeer by the end of this weekend. And once I do that, I'm only going to talk about it for so long before I have to hop on Bridgerton. I have to be on tune for that. So I could come, I think my next video is actually going to probably be on Bridgerton. In addition to basically the whole 8 episodes thing, now we're only getting like 4 seasons of show. Pop at most. It'll be such a successful show, but we're only getting about 3 to 4 seasons at max. Why? Back in the day, like I said, because that's what this whole video is about, is comparing how it was back in the day. Back in the day, you used to get a good 10 seasons out of a show. But like I said, nowadays, they rush the plot so much. There's no filler to the point where they can stretch it out. Like, even something like, for me personally, when I watch All American, right? To me, yes, All American's one of them shows that should have ended after, I think, the 4th season. The 3rd or 4th season, I forgot which one. I stopped watching that season 5. They picked when, what's her name died. Spoiler alert, but what's her name died. The reason why I feel as though it should have ended was because the plot was rushed. And it was that after a certain point, all the characters, every single one pissed me off. I'm sorry. I needed at least one character to like. Every single one pissed me off. I was done. No. As for like other shows, like something like All America, what I feel like about that is that in storyline wise, it should have ended where season 4 ended. I'm pretty sure it's season 4. Basically, when he gets into the college, that's where it should have ended. And then they could have done a spinoff, but they already had a spinoff for what's the name, so they should have just stuck with that right there. But even up until that point, season 1 through 4 could have been stretched out if they added in filler. It was so much drama that they had to add in every episode that you could literally see when a show just feels overwhelming because there's so much drama just in one episode. I do feel as though we need to start getting more, like, even when I watched Breaking Bad, like, I want to say last year I did my Breaking Bad binge where I was just like watching it every day. I didn't sit and watch it 25/8, but I was watching it like a couple episodes every day. And I love Breaking Bad. I love it. I love Breaking Bad. But that's one of the shows that I do. I forgot how many seasons that I had, but that's one of the shows that I think that was paced very well. It was a little bit slow at first, but it picks up. From Right Now is one of the shows that start off a little slow, but it does pick up. I really truly hope. I don't think it's gonna be one of them shows that last long. I know Right Now they got season 3 that's gonna come out, but I don't know if it's gonna last long, because if they last too long, it's gonna kind of be no point. It's gonna feel like you watch Walking Dead. Um, Another issue with shows nowadays is the fact that it takes so, and this goes back to my previous point, it takes so long to kind of produce every season. For example, they barely just started filming Wednesday. What do you mean you just started filming Wednesday? Season 2? I remember back in the day, and I want to say like 2016, 2017, when I was like first getting Netflix and getting into Netflix and stuff like that, every season was released around the same time every year. Granted, it's not like how it was OG TV shows when there would be at least 2 seasons per year. That was back when Netflix just did like the 1 season a year, which I liked, because you knew every year was around the same time it would produce. Nowadays, we waited 5 years for the next season or something. And that's if we get another season. What other shows took so long to produce? Did Outer Banks take long? I think it did, but I think it had to do with COVID. It's one thing if it had to do with COVID. Other than that, I don't know why we going back and forth. Even when I think of a show like Grand Army, right? They kept telling us a new season was gonna come. Out of nowhere, the show canceled. And that's a whole nother thing why TV shows don't no more. They canceling stuff left and right without no explanation. But they produce so much stuff, they gonna have to cancel things. You know, that's the one thing that does suck. Now I want to get into the whole consequences of what I think that these not having good TV shows is going to do. And it sucks for some people. One of the biggest consequences that I'm seeing is the fact that people just don't understand plotline and storyline anymore. They don't understand how things are supposed to be paced and what's supposed to be going on and all that and the third. They don't get like slow burns and stuff like that anymore, because like I said, they have to make a fast storyline. And it's like, people just don't truly understand that anymore. And then one example that I have is Right Now, I talked about on a video I made, was Abbott Elementary, and I was basically saying like right now how Gregory and Janine are not together, but then eventually they're supposed to get together. Like they're essentially supposed to be endgame. And it was kind of hinted in from the beginning, which I kind of wish it wasn't. Like, I kind of wish it wasn't immediately like, oh, they have this connection with each other. I wish that their connection kind of just happened over seasons, and then by the end of it, they kind of got together. I wish it was personal like that. Like, people just don't understand that anymore. They don't get slow burns. They're all mad that it's season 3 or 4 right now. Season 3 right now, and Janine and Gregory's not together. Yeah, they're not supposed to be together right now. For a show that's planning on being like The Office and well, I don't know if they're trying to be like The Office, but essentially planning on being on for at least 10 seasons. Yeah, the 2 main people that's supposed to be in game, obviously they're not going to get together right now. That doesn't make any sense. I also think that part of the issue with the whole of writing 10 seasons or getting 10 seasons of the show is the fact that a lot of writers don't know how to write 10 seasons anymore. Like, even when I think back on a show like Vampire Diaries, right? I'm sorry, Vampire Diaries is one of them shows that I advocate that it should have ended after season 4. I'm sorry. After that, yes, the writing isn't terrible, but God, like, it's so many repeated things, and it's just so many like, now here Damon doing this again. Here's Stefan finna turn off his humanity. God, Bonnie, she lost another family member. Originals, legacies, yeah, they should have did that. They did they twos. out of regular Vampire Diaries is one of them shows that's like you could tell the writing got bad. For me personally, Criminal Minds, yeah, that's one of them shows that ate down with the original, what was it, 15 seasons. That's tea, because it actually made sense. The storyline written isn't the best. I'm not saying it's the best, but I am saying that it works for a 10 season show, 15 season show. You feel me? Writers nowadays know how to write a 10 season thing. After about 4 seasons, they kind of have to reach back to their roots and reuse little pieces, and then things start to get repetitive for the audience, for them to not even want to sit through a 10 season show. And then in addition to one of the consequences is the fact that a lot of people are not going to be supporting these new shows anymore. They're just not. And I made a Twitter post about it. Yeah, I made a Twitter post about it, and I basically said that a lot of these people are not going to be tuning into these new shows anymore, period. Because like I said, it's not guaranteed season 2. It's not, if we do get a season 2, we have to wait 3 years. It's only going to be about 8 to 10 episodes. Even if the show is good, even if the show is amazing, we don't want to waste our energy doing that. So a lot of people, instead of tuning into these new shows, they'll rewatch something that's old. Like I said, I watched Vampire Diaries. I started watching Vampire Diaries at like 2019. That's when I watched it, and that's when I tuned in when the show been over, when they was already on Legacies. Criminal Minds is another one I didn't start till 2019. Yeah. And I finished the whole entire thing. I will not be watching Evolution, but I finished the whole original show, and I very much enjoyed it up until season 14. I watched Breaking Bad 2 years ago. You know how old Breaking Bad is? I want to watch Orange is the New Black. I never tuned into that. I want to get back into The Walking Dead. I tuned out after season 3, but I want to get back into that. I'd rather get into that because I know it's going to be an ending. I know that there's a conclusion. And I feel like that's what we're going to see more and more people do, tuning into the old things because they cannot rely on this new stuff anymore. So until all of that gets fixed that I just mentioned, and until we start seeing changes, I don't think that, and it sucks for the new directors, the new actors, the new writers, all these new people that are getting into this field and wanting to prosper, especially even me. Like, I want to be a director and stuff like that, but until we see change. So that'll be it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below. Go check out my second channel. I'm going to start posting on there again. Literally had to get a new laptop. And, if you read my community posts on there, I had to take a little break because I had to get a new laptop, do everything for that, set up everything. But I should start posting. Actually, by the time the video comes out, I should already post it again. Hoping. I got my second channel, and yeah, all my socials linked down below. Yeah, see ya.